Welcome to Illusionist. Get ready to learn some great sleight of hand. With just a little bit of practice, you'll be able to entertain and amaze people in any situation. And here's Brad Christian, the creator of Illusionist.
Hi guys. In this introduction, we're going to tell you some things that'll help you go about learning magic. For example, if you are doing magic for someone, you want to actually believe that what you're doing is real magic. Because if you believe it, you'll create that for everyone else. You know, for example, if I reach out with an empty hand, and I grab something, we don't know what it is, but if I believe there's something in there, then I can reach in and just suddenly produce it out of nowhere. But I have to believe that what I'm doing is magic, and then everyone else will too.
When you decide to learn a trick, really learn it. Practice it many times before doing it for anyone else. In fact, try it in front of a mirror to see what looks best.
At Illusionist, we pack a lot of information and data into every video that we produce. So you want to make sure that you watch the video over and over and over, because every time you watch it, you're going to pick up a new detail or a new thing to learn.
When you're ready, join Ninja. It's part of our site for members only that teaches you the art of illusion at an accelerated pace. It covers many fine details that we don't have time to get into now, and it will teach you the best moves and street magic around, bar none.
Now, when you think you've got everything down, including what you're going to say, do your tricks, practice it for someone who's supportive. I used to have someone I did it for who was very supportive, and I'd do tricks for this person over and over and over and over again.
Was that your mother, Brad?
That was my mother, yeah.
And remember, the magician's honorary code, because people are going to want to know how you did it, and it's going to be tempting to tell them, but a magician never ever tells their secrets.
Okay, we'll let you get to the tricks now. And as you're watching, you'll see that first we show you the tricks as done for a live audience, so you can get used to how it's done. And then we show you the explanation and go over all the key points with you.
Keep in touch with us. We'd love to hear how you're doing.
And join Ninja. It's really going to help to take your magic to a new level, including teaching you all the new street magic, the best stuff around. Okay? Have a great time.
You've stepped into a new realm of the internet. Illusionist is an extraordinary site that allows you to learn the latest street magic as you've seen on TV. It's sleight of hand at the touch of a button. Watch this.
I love magic. I'm really fascinated by magic.
Right.
I saw this thing on television the other day with ashes.
Oh, yeah,
Have you ever seen that?
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Do you know how to do that?
Yeah, yeah.
Show me.
You want me to do it now?
Yeah, do it.
Okay. I've actually never done it before, but I know the principle behind it. I can do it. Let's see. We got a pack of cards here. We'll do it this way.
Okay.
Look, we'll mix them up a little bit. We just have to pick a card at random. Let's say, here. Let's move this here. Go ahead and just cut the cards anywhere. Okay, good. We will mark the spot where you cut it.
Okay.
Right there for a minute. This thing, I've never done it before, but it was actually, it's actually based on a principle of voodoo. You know, they still practice voodoo?
No,
it's from ancient voodoo, but they still practice it in Haiti and I think New Orleans and probably LA. Let's take a look at your card. We've marked the spot where you cut. Look at your card.
Okay.
You can show it to the camera. Got that?
Yeah.
Okay, put it back down. We'll square all those up. Your card is now lost in the deck. We're not even going to touch that again. It's just so that you can be thinking of a card, okay? Take this. I want you to write the image of that card on the paper. I won't look. I'm not looking. I'm over here. And write an image just to help get it into your mind. Further etch it into your mind. Fold that up completely. We are going to burn this. So you've got the card, right? You're thinking of the card?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so it's just about out. There we go. Okay. Pick an arm. You want that one?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Do you have the card in your mind?
Yes.
You're thinking of a card and you've got it in your mind.
Yes.
Picture that card.
Okay.
Watch. Look, that's looking like a 3, and that right there is actually looking like an S. If I was hard-pressed, it's kind of hard to tell, because sometimes it doesn't work all the time, but I would say your card was the three of spades.
That's exactly right.
Was that it?
Yes. Yes. Very cool.
Cool.
Wow.
I wish I could do it on this arm, too.
It's there too. Wow.
You've got the 3 of spades. You've turned me into the 3 of spades. First, let's deal with how you get the name of the card to show up on your arm. Here's how you do it. It's very, very simple, as all good magic is. Okay, you take a little piece of soap. In this case, I bought a bar of ivory soap, and I just cut a piece off of it, so it's got a little bit of an edge there. And that's what you're going to use to dip it into a little water, get it a little wet, and then write the name on your arm. In doing this, what happens is the area that you've written with the soap causes the ashes to stick to your arm in the shape or in the letter or the number that you've written on your arm. So in this case, let's say we're gonna use the 3 of spades here. So in this case, you get it a little bit wet. I'm doing this left-handed, but you're gonna go 3, write that on. We'll do spades, just S. S. Now, while that's drying, let's deal with how you make the person pick the card that you want them to pick. Very great method of doing this. It's called a force in magic. You're forcing a card, but it looks completely at random. You're going to start with the card that you want on the top of the deck. In this case, we've got the 3 of spades. You're going to say to someone, this is a, standard deck of cards. You can borrow it. If you're at somebody's house, borrow a deck of cards. Just make sure that you get the 3 of spades to the top while you're looking through it and saying, is there a joker here? Pull out the 3, put it on top and say, okay, we're good. You tell them this. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to cut the cards anywhere you want. Put the cut right there. And then you say, okay, look, we'll mark the spot that you cut right there, okay? And you've got that marked. You turn it crosswise so that they can see that. You talk a little bit about the spirit world, how you've been experimenting with it, how you're able to occasionally call up things to happen inside yourself. You ask them if they've ever heard of stigmata, which is the, with Christ that made the things appear on the wrist and everything. Just ask the question, have you ever heard of that? You just imply that these kind of things can go on in yourself. Then you come back to the cards and you say, okay, let's take the card that you cut to, and you pull this top part off and you say, let's look at it. Except you have them look at it. You say, don't show it to me, but you look at it. They pick it up and they look at it. And what have we got there? We've got the 3 of spades. How did that happen? Now watch this. It's on top, okay? You tell them, cut the cards. Watch the 3 of spades. It's on top. There it goes. You say, we're going to mark the exact spot that you cut to just by turning the cards crossways. And it's done. People forget the location of the up, the down. They just know that that half should go on top of that half because that's the way you do it in a game of cards. You cut, you put that half on top. You've crossed it so they know that's where I cut to. By the time you finish talking, no one's going to remember up from down, down from up. You take it off. And you say, look at the card that you cut to. And they're going to look at that card, and it's going to be the 3 of spades. And that is a beautiful optical illusion of the way to force a card on somebody. It's one of the best and one of the simplest. You can have them shuffle the cards, whatever, doesn't matter. You leave the cards aside. You're going to have them say, okay, don't show me, but write the name of your card on the paper. Give them a cocktail napkin or a piece of paper, it doesn't matter. They write it on, tell them to fold it up so you can't see it, and then you're just going to take a lighter, you're going to light it, you're going to put it in an ashtray, let it burn, and get the ash. All you want is the ash from that, okay? One of the best ways to do it, by the way, is just to get an ashtray. You get an ashtray from another table, or if you're in a house and people are smoking, great, you've already got your ashes right there. Let's pretend, let's leave that aside, that we've already got the ash. You've got this on here, you say, look, sometimes I can make this happen. It doesn't always work, and sometimes you can barely see it, but which arm will I, okay, I don't, this arm. Sometimes I use my stomach. You can tell them whatever. Make it up. Be an actor. This is your presentation right here. You dip in and you take some of the ashes and you just start rubbing it on your arm like so. And what you're going to find is that as you do that, you're going to see that it sticks to the soap. And even this is great. You're going to say, look, do you guys see? Here's what I see here. I'm seeing kind of a 3 written out here. And this looks like, well, it kind of looks like an S. If I was hard-pressed, I'd say that your card might have been the 3 of spades. It almost didn't come out, but that's what it looks like to me. What was your card? And they're going to go, you know, and it's going to be the 3 of spades. Okay? It's almost even better if little bits of it show up. It looks more realistic, like something came through from the spirit world and it didn't quite get there, but it got there enough that they can see, and you kind of point it out. That looks like a 3. Act confused. That looks like an S. You're going to find this is going to be one of the most amazing tricks. Do not tell the secret to this, okay?
Welcome to Illusionist. We're going to show you videos of sleight of hand magic. This is magic that you can learn how to do. Here's the first one.
I got a great trick I want to show you guys. Okay, it's called the disintegrating quarter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place this quarter right on the table, and in front of you, I'm going to make that quarter disappear. Disintegrate, actually. You ready?
Yes. Yep.
I'm going to take this wine glass. I'm going to place it over it so I can't get my little sticky hands at it and try and palm it off the table. I'm going to make it go right through the table, disintegrate, and totally gone. Okay? Got it? Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm watching.
Okay. Now I take this cocktail napkin, simple old cocktail napkin, and I really snugly cover this glass. Quarter's still there. Okay? Yeah. Quarter's still there. Hasn't moved, right? 1, 2.
Abracadabra.
Gone.
It's not gone.
It didn't go. No, it's not abracadabra. That's the problem. It's 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Abracadabra.
That's it. It's gone. It didn't go.
It's still there.
It's still there. Let's try it one more time.
Okay.
Well, you know, it didn't really work that well to even get it gone. So maybe what we ought to do this time is, instead of doing that, let's see if we can get this right through the table and do a different trick. Instead, let's take the glass and put that through the table.
How did you do that? I want to know how, I don't believe it.
What don't you believe?
All of it! I was watching the whole time and I didn't see how you did it.
It's magic.
Learn the what you're going to call the disappearing or the disintegrating quarter trick, but that's only misdirection to get people's attention focused onto the coin and away from the glass or the salt shaker or whatever you're going to use to put on top of it. Remember, you're at a dinner table, you pick up whatever's handy, but it has to have a good shape to it, okay? And a salt shaker is one of those things, but ideally I think a glass is best. That's what I like to use. Okay, now, let me tell you the keys to doing this trick, okay? The first key, when you put this over, is you're going to take a cocktail napkin that can be bent and folded and molded around the glass. Because what's going to happen is that that cocktail napkin is going to hold the shape of the glass long after the glass is gone. Okay? Now let me first just teach you the move, the sleight of hand involved in this, okay? You keep pulling the glass back to right over your lap right here. At the edge of the table, you keep showing it like this. You're looking at the coin, it's not gone yet. You put it back, you're over here, you're back, and then at one point, that glass is gone. Now where it went is into your lap right down here. Let me show you this. Bring the camera in nice and tight. The glass is folded up just like so. It's holding the complete shape. When you pull back to right over here at level with the table, watch. Boom. The glass is going to fall out into your lap. You let it go. You don't move your hand at all. You let it go. You bring it back over the table. Look at that. That is beautifully, the shape is beautifully held. Okay? So that's the secret move. Now let's go through the routine so that you can follow it and learn it step by step. A, you're going to tell people that you're going to cause that quarter to disintegrate. You found a great new way to do it, and you're going to learn how to do it. You put the glass, you tell them that so that I can't get at it, I'm going to make it even harder for myself and put the glass over top. But I don't really want you to see how this is done, so I'm going to take the napkin, fold it around the glass, and you're going to say, don't worry, the coin's still there. Now what you want to do is you want to several times through this, you want to pull it back to exactly this position. You don't want to take it to over here. You don't want to take it to over there. You don't want to pull it up like this when you're showing the coin. You want to take it to the same place every time so that people get used to seeing it go there. They're not thinking about it anymore. It's natural for this to come right back here to show the coin right here. Okay? That's part of misdirection and learning how to do magic. So you've got it over there. You tell them, I don't want you to see how this is done. Now watch. First time we're going to try this. It works every time. 1, 2, 3. Boom. You take it back to your spot right over here. Don't let go of it. Uh-oh. Hang on. Something must have gone wrong. Sometimes it takes me a couple of tries. Put it back down. Let them hear it. Listen. Not obviously. That was too obvious because I'm trying to let you know, but just a little bit. Let them know that that glass is still underneath there. You're going to say, it always works the second time. Watch this. 1, 2, 3. Comes back to here. Casually, without even looking, you're looking at this over here. I just let it go in my lap. The shape is still folded right here. It's beautiful. As far as they're concerned, it's still there. It's in your lap. Your other hand's still up here. You put it right back on top of the coin. And you say, you know what? It doesn't seem to be working very well, but let me try a different trick. You're going to reach under the table. I'll show you this in a minute. You're going to grab the glass, get it underneath the table, right underneath where it would be, and you're going to go like this. You're going to go. Hear that? That is a complete and utter illusion. People are sure that that is right there. And you are doing it underneath the table at the same moment that you are tapping this on top. So you're going underneath the table, you're going, and then all you're going to do is go, watch this. You're going to pause, and you're going to go, like it came right through the table. And slowly, you're going to pull that out. And you're going to say, you know what? I couldn't make the coin disintegrate, but look. The glass is even better. We've got the glass right here. Let's go right over here. I want to show this how this works. We've got it here. It falls into the lap right then. People are going to love it. Have fun with this one. It's a good one.
The world of magic is a simple one.
You do things that are impossible. All you have to do is make people see things they're really not seeing. That's what we teach here. Let's watch this next clip.
You know what the 4 most wanted cards are in a game of poker? I'm just curious. This is separate aside from what we're going to do.
Most wanted cards? Probably the...
Yeah.
Are they all the aces?
Yeah. Leave that away. That'll come into play way later on. I'm going to shuffle the cards, mix them up, and then can one of you follow directions really well if I have you do something?
Probably.
You can follow directions very... Okay, good. So the cards are shuffled. I want you to take the cards, and what I want you to do is cut them into 4 more or less equal piles,
So
okay?
pick up the whole deck. Oh,
That's it.
Pretty good. And another one, and another one, and another
Perfect. Okay, you cut wherever you wanted to, right?
Yeah, I did.
I want you to do the whole thing from this point on, okay?
Okay.
Take a pile, let's say, take that one,
Okay.
pick it up. I want you to transfer 3 cards from top to bottom.
Like that?
Yeah, this is going to be a weird way of mixing the cards up. We got to mix them more.
And?
Put a card like on each other pile.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
And
Put that
then
one down.
that one down again.
Let's say take this one.
Okay.
Pick it up. 3 cards from
Same
top
thing,
to
okay.
bottom.
1,
2 and 3. 1 card on top of each other pile.
Like that, huh? Oh, we got a little
Superb.
routine
And
going
then
here,
take,
huh?
let's say this one.
This one. Okay, this one.
Doesn't really matter.
1, 2, 3.
You are an expert magician's assistant here, Barry. Brilliant. All right, pick up the, I think we got 1 more pile,
I
right?
think you're right.
Okay, 3 cards from top to bottom.
2 and 3.
Very good.
And
Do 1 on top of each
2,
other one.
3. All
Set
right.
those down. So we got our 4 piles, am I correct?
Yes, we do.
Let me ask you a question. First off, I shuffled the cards. It's hard to follow where any cards go, even from there. Then you took the cards, you cut them into not 1, but 4 packets.
Right.
Did you cut wherever you wanted to?
Yes, I did.
And then we took the cards and we 3 here, 3 there, piles at random, top of each other pile. Weird way to do it, but it was done, right? Mm-hmm. But you did cut wherever you wanted to.
Yes,
I did not influence you.
No, you didn't.
What were the 4 most wanted cards in a game of poker?
Oh,
4
the 4
aces.
aces, yeah.
No way. Check it out. 1, 2,
No way!
3,
Wow.
4.
Oh! How did you do that?
Wait a minute.
Woo!
You never even touched the cards.
That's why you're the poker player here. I never touched the card. Okay, you guys, we're going to learn how to do that 4-ace trick. It's an astounding trick because it all takes place in the other person's hands, which I love. If you can do magic from that place, it's fantastic. So first of all, it involves a slight setup of the deck, okay? We've got the 4 aces on the top of the deck. That's where they need to start, and that's where they need to stay. It's very, very simple. This is actually a simple trick, but don't let that fool you. You could see the impact, okay? You start with the 4 aces on the top of the deck, and then you tell people you're going to shuffle the cards. Now, this is a false shuffle that is, I'm going to show you, that looks completely like a real shuffle.
Well, I
but
watched you when you did it before. And
I know, and you couldn't tell,
I was really
right?
watching carefully.
Exactly. So what you want to do, this false shuffle maintains the status of the top card or cards, okay? Let me show you very simply and clearly how to do this. You do it in a standard overhand shuffle like this. The first time you come over like so, you're going to jog this card in up to 1 inch, okay? And then you're just going to shuffle off the other cards on top, everywhere, all over, okay?
So jog means you bring
Towards
it back
me.
a little bit.
Exactly.
one.
You're going to jog it in towards yourself about 1 inch, and then just shuffle off everything on top of that. Now look what that gives you. It gives you this whole area. This is the top of the pack underneath, this top part right here. So here's what you're going to do. You're just going to come underneath, pick up that whole packet, and stick it on top. It's that simple. Let me show you what it looks like in normal action. Guys, I'm going to shuffle the cards first. We shuffle, mix them up really well, finish it with a cut. I'm ready to go. The aces are completely still on the top of the pack.
Whoa.
And you're ready to go. Very deceptive false shuffle. Learn it well. It's very, very easy. But just practice it to make it look very, very good. So now we've got the 4 aces on top of the deck. Here we go. What you do is you have the person cut into 4 piles, wherever they want, but you explain to them cut into 4 more or less equal piles. They don't have to be exact. That doesn't matter. So they're going to pick up the cards and they're going to cut them across like this. 3 and 4. And if you're following your aces, we've got the aces over here. Exactly. Well, you're going to have them pick up the first pile. 3 cards from top to bottom. They're going to put 1 card on top of each other pile. See, now that puts another card on top of the aces. Then you have them pick up anything but that. That's going to be last. So you say, oh, this one would be good. Transfer 3 cards from top to bottom. Put a card on top of each other pile. This now puts 2 cards on top of the aces. You've got this pile over here. 3 cards from top to bottom. The 3 other piles. Now you've got 3 cards on top. You want them to do the same thing with the last packet, which is, see, now they've got these 3 extra cards on top, but guess what? That's part of the instructions. Transfer 3 cards from top to bottom. You make them put the 4 aces on each packet.
Cool.
You are totally set.
Maybe I could do this.
But here's the main part of the trick. You've got it done. No one knows that it's completely done yet, but you. Now's the time to add the showmanship and the presentation to build it up. So here's what you say, okay? You say, by the way, after I shuffled the cards, you run through it. I put them down, and from that point on, the cards were completely in your hands. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So you really...
Did you cut the cards into 4 piles wherever you wanted to? Could I possibly make you have cut to a certain place in the deck? There's no way, right? Then we took the cards and we shuffled them around in a weird way. We picked up piles at random. We put 3 here, 3 there, cards on top of each other pile. You just get them going and all. Yeah, you're right. I mean, we did everything to these cards. And then you step back. Did I touch the cards? No. And then you just say, what were those 4 most wanted cards in a game of poker?
The aces.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, that is cool.
And people just blow their stack.
If you want to get to the radical road to street magic, this is the way to do it. Right here at illusionist.com. Check out this next one.
Look, we got a pack of cards here, okay? Standard old pack of cards. We need to pick a card at random, so let's battle and let's do this with you.
Okay.
Okay, ready? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the cards like this, and I want you to just call it stop anytime you feel like it. Whenever. Go.
Stop.
Okay. Look at the card. Wait, you don't even have to move.
Okay.
Look at the card you stopped me at. Everybody got it?
Yep.
Camera's got it? I don't even want to look.
Okay, I got it.
Got it?
Yep.
Look, watch. Back into the pack. We're going to shuffle the cards. Hold your hand up, Matt. Right here. Okay. I have no clue where your card is. I'm going to turn them over one by one. When we get to your card, I want you to just send it to me totally through mind transportation. Let me know. Don't say anything. Keep a poker face, but internally I want you to send it to me straight across, okay?
Vibe it to you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Vibe it to me. When you see the card, look.
Well, where was it?
Oh, what'd you do?
You didn't see it, did
Did
you?
we miss it, guys? Did we miss it?
I don't know.
I didn't see it.
No.
What did you do with that?
What'd you do with that?
I wasn't in there.
It wasn't in there.
You know what? Frankly,
Wait, I don't understand that.
the card you thought of
You just
was
saw
not
it.
in there, correct?
Correct.
She
What'd
didn't
you do
think
with
of
it?
it. She saw it. We all saw it.
I know you saw it in there, and it's gone now, right? I never exactly know where.
What'd you do with it? What?
I don't know. I never know exactly. Do you guys
I
have
don't know. I
pockets?
didn't
Put it on
see
the
it. No,
floor?
what'd you do with it?
Sometimes I never know.
I I don't believe
check your
this.
pocket, Larry. Maybe.
Oh, right.
No way. No way.
Oh, man, no way. How'd you do that?
I did not
Oh,
believe
man,
that.
that's great.
How did you do that?
Okay, guys, we're going to learn how to do this transportation of a card into either someone's pocket, or it can go outside of the window, kind of stuck to the window, and someone opens the curtain and there's their card on the outside of the window. Whatever. Wherever you can plant the card ahead of time, that's where it can go. Now, here's how it's done. It's pretty ingenious. First of all, I use the 6 of clubs. You've got a duplicate of the card that you're going to make them pick. It's going to seem like they picked a card completely at random, but you are literally going to make them pick that card, and I'll show you how to do that. First of all, you've got your duplicate of the 6 of clubs. During the course of the evening, whenever you are, you plant the card wherever you think it would be really incredible that it showed up. So that's planted. Let's pretend that's gone. The second item that you have is this. You have a duplicate of the 6 of clubs behind a different card, say a red card. Now, what you've done is this. With the 7 of diamonds, you've taken an X-Acto knife or a razor blade, or even just scissors will work, and you've cut out just a little 1/4 of an inch so that this card is less than all the other cards right here, okay? Then what you've done is you've taken some plain, transparent Scotch tape, and you've taped the cards together so that when they flip together, it looks like this. The 6 of clubs is behind the red card, in this case the 7 of diamonds. The tape goes here, this on the 7 of diamonds is cut right there, and that's your fake card. You'll always have that, and you'll always now use the 6 of clubs, which is behind here, in order to do the trick. This is planted somewhere, good, okay? Now here's the way that you make them pick the 6 of clubs. You start with this card with the cut end out, like so, okay? That goes into the pack about 1/3 of the way down, okay? You've got that. You're going to pull out your pack of cards and you're going to say, guys, I've got a pack of cards here. This is a standard pack of cards. We'll shuffle. Just run a few cards in a standard overhand shuffle. It looks like they're shuffled. They are shuffled. No big deal. You haven't really changed the location of that 7 of diamonds, that special card, from about 1/3 down, okay? Then you turn the pack over like so. Just rotate it. You go through, you show them, this is just a standard pack of cards. No one can ever even see that with the 7 of diamonds. No one's ever going to look. They go by too quick. Okay, now guys, this is how you make them pick the 6 of clubs, okay? You've got your special card in there. What happens is when you go through the cards like this, you're going to hear a snap when it gets to that card. Listen. Hear that?
Yes.
Very obvious. So what you're doing is this. When you go through the cards like so, you tell them, I want you to stop me anywhere, it doesn't matter. You go through it very smoothly, and they're going to say, you get to about the middle, and you tell me stop anytime. You get ready, you time it, just so that as they say stop, you're finishing, boom, you get to that. Did you hear that?
Yes.
It just takes a little practice with the cards, go through it, make sure you can stop right at that, and then you lift up the cards like so, and what it shows is the 6 of clubs. Because the 7, I'm going to pull this out and show you, is down here. The 6, since it's a full-length card, pulls up like so, and you show them the 6 of clubs. Yep. And that's how you make them pick the 6 of clubs. Okay. And it looks completely random. Then you say, look, you want them to watch that card going into the pack. You say, look, look, and you make sure everybody's watching, and you go, boom, watch. I'm going to shuffle the cards. Pick up some cards from underneath, before that card, shuffle them on top, and say, now look, hold out your hand. Put those there. You get them away from you. You show them, okay? You don't say, look, my hands are empty. You just say, okay, that card is in there. We picked a card at random. You've got it. Here's what I'm going to do. You pick the cards up, turn them over like so. Say, I'm going to go through the cards on the table fast. When you see your card, beam it across to me. Get it through in my mind, and I'll know. But don't say anything. Then you're going to go through the cards one by one. And when you do get to that 7 of diamonds, you're going so fast, no one can see a thing. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah, I get it now.
You then cover it with all the other cards.
yeah.
So you go through the whole pack, everything's on there, and you look up at them and you say, you didn't see your card, did you? And they say, no. And you say, you know, I haven't perfected this. It's gone, but it is somewhere. I don't know exactly where. I never know where. And you start.
So easy.
Isn't that easy?
Yeah.
And you look around, and then finally, after everyone's looking for it, you say, what about in your pocket? Did you check your pocket?
Yeah, or wherever you planted it.
Or wherever you planted it. Look, open the curtain, look outside the window. Isn't that a cool trick?
Yeah.
That's a good
And it's
one.
easy
hard.
too.
Yeah.
The only thing you have to practice is that one thing with the 7 of diamonds,
snap.
just where you're doing the snap and just timing it so that it's the. And if by chance, here's a very important point, if they call out stop after you've gotten to the thing, go through it and say you got to be a little quicker than that and start over. Ready, call out, and then
if they did it right at the beginning.
you time it. You time it so that you say ready, go, and you're almost at the middle.
You say ready, go.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Ready, go. You're almost at the middle. Then you go slow, and then you're waiting. And as soon as they say stop, boom, you go right to your card.
Magic has changed. No more top hats or tails. Now you can wear anything and do a really cool trick. It's more amazing that way. It means that you can do it. Let's watch this next clip.
Now, just in case you didn't know if you could do an illusion or not, I took Josh, who's a neighbor from down the way a little bit, and I said, do you want to learn something? This is Josh right over here. Hello. And I taught Josh this in 10 minutes, and he was like a pro doing it, okay? So he's got his dad in here. This is Larry right over here.
Hello.
Larry is going to watch it for the first time ever, never seen it before, has no idea what he's going to do. Take it away, Josh.
Do you have a business card on you there?
Of course.
Okay. What I'm going to do is fold this card up into force here. You're not going to be seeing this card again, sorry to say. And this is going to make for one amazing trick. Do you like magic?
I do.
Good.
But I don't think you're going to be able to do any magic with me.
Well, we'll see. We'll see
I
what's
know
going to
all
happen.
your routines.
You know all the routines. Okay. Now, as you can see, this is your business card. It's torn up with one hole right in the middle. No
Certainly
funny
is.
stuff.
Nope.
Fun. One into this string. If I can get you to hold either side real taut for me.
How much space?
That's right good right there.
Like that?
Now this card is only going to come off this rope in 2 spots, and that's over here
Right.
and over here.
Right.
For right now, I'm going to leave it right there in the middle.
Okay.
Now, I could do this trick for you in plain view, but I've found from the reaction of my audience that it's best for your own good that I cover it with this handkerchief. This trick is so amazing, it can't be seen by the human eye.
Okay.
Now, I learned this trick many, many years ago. As a young boy, I was scouring the internet.
Is that what you're doing on the internet every
That's
night?
every night.
Oh my
Okay, but
gosh.
here we go, here we go. Now this is, okay, yeah. I didn't think I'd be able to do it. You didn't think I'd be able to fool you, but I think I've got this going right. A little slack over, okay, yeah. There's your business card.
How'd you do that?
It's easy, it's cheap, theillusionist.com.
That's my card.
Okay, you guys, we're going to learn how to do the business card off the string trick, which is actually a very old trick, but so cool because it's so simple, but no one knows how it's done when you're finished. Let me tell you the way to do this. You're going to use a duplicate business card, okay? And I'll show you exactly what to do with that in a second. Josh and I will both show you. He learned last night how to do this in 10 minutes, and he was fantastic, as you've seen. So, what you do is if someone gives you the business card, let's say you're out to a business dinner. Someone gives you the business card, oh, here's my card, keep it, okay? Prepare it the way that I'm going to tell you. And then later on, when you're ready to do your trick and there's a lull in the conversation, you want to see some magic, I learned on an internet site, this is really cool. Hey, does someone have a business card? You know, do you have a business card? Point to the person who gave you the card already. Get a card from them. Okay, and then here's what you're going to do. First of all, here's what you're going to do to prepare their card ahead of time. You're going to fold it once in half. You're going to fold it in half the other way. And you're going to tear this little corner out of it just so that it's kind of circular. So when, oops, hang on, let me finish tearing that. So when you open this up, what you're going to have is a circular hole in the business card like so. Just a small one. The smaller the better. And sometimes it's a little hard to tear the paper, but what you do is you tear one end, get it going, and then tear the rest up. And you tear it on an angle, see, just like that, so that you've got a hole that looks like so, because you want both holes to look similar. Now, you've got this. Forget that for now. The person gives you their card. You're going to say, okay, next I need someone's shoelace. Someone's going to take off their shoelace, or if you want to, you can just have it in your pocket and say, okay, look, I've got a shoelace. Lay that on the table and say, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fold this card in half this way, and I'm going to tear, and boom, you tear it out so that it looks like this one, okay? Let me see if I can do that. There we go. You tear out a little hole, and you've got a duplicate card which looks very, very similar to the other one. Try to get it a little smaller. I tore out a bit big one there, okay? Now this one, in the meantime, this one that you've prepared ahead of time, this extra duplicate card, you've got in what we call finger palm position, which is right here. The palm is here, the fingers are here, this is here. You can bend it a little bit, keep it tight like that, keep your hands looking the same, natural, relaxed. Forget you even have it. Don't even worry about it, okay? So here, you've taken this, even with this in finger palm position, you can take this, fold it up, tear out the corner, put it in your pocket, throw it on the floor, whatever. Open that card up and tell two people, let's say you're at a dinner table, but right now we've got just Josh. Come in a little closer right here. And you're going to tell him what he did with his father when you saw that, was hold the rope just like so. You're going to say, I'm going to thread this onto the rope. Meanwhile, you've got your duplicate here. You're going to say to them, this is where you start acting. This is such a simple trick that you just feel free to be yourself and act it up and make a big deal out of everything, okay? You saw Josh, he did it perfectly. You're going to say to them, look, the only way that this business card is going to come off the string is by going this way and off or this way and off. But for now, we'll leave it in the middle. You're going to say something like what Josh did. You're going to say, can I borrow a handkerchief? Or you're going to pull one out that you have. You're going to say, you know, this is so amazing that to the naked eye, if you saw this, you'd probably just blow up. Okay? So I'm going to cover this over with a handkerchief, and I'm going to do this before your very eyes. And while you're doing it, I'm going to take the handkerchief off, but you're going to do everything underneath the handkerchief, okay? Here's what you're going to do. You've got your extra duplicate in your finger palm position right here. The handkerchief is now over top of the business card. All you do is this. You're going to talk to them, ask them if they like magic tricks. Ask them what was the last magic trick you saw? While you're working, get them talking a little bit. You're going to do this. Tear the business card slowly so no one can hear it. Take it off, fold it up, put it in your other hand, open up the other one so that it's ready, okay? Now, you've got the handkerchief, that's over, you're all set, right? This is sitting right here. You're going to reach underneath with this hand that has the folded up duplicate now. You're going to take that right underneath and you're going to slowly say, pretend this is underneath and you've just got it off and you're going to go, wait a minute, I think I've got it. Wait a minute. Give me a little slack. Yes, I've got it. And you're going to pull that off. The duplicate is right here underneath the scarf. You're going to pull that off and you're going to go, look. It came right off. Everyone at the table is immediately going to jump for that business card. They're not going to believe it, as you saw. You're going to give it to them. Quietly put this one in your pocket. Get rid of the evidence. They can examine the string. They can examine the business card to their heart's content because it has no tears in it whatsoever. And it's done.
train people to create illusion. The magic you'll see here is street magic, straightforward, in-your-face magic, the kind you can do anywhere and any place. Here's the next clip.
Reach into the pack, take a card, any card. Don't let me influence your choice in any way. No, you don't have to take that one. Any card you want, seriously.
Not the whole deck.
Not the whole deck. Take that. Do not show me the card no matter what you do. Good. Throw it back in the pack. Say right about there is good. Did you memorize the card?
Yes.
Both sides?
Oh, you got me on that one.
Okay, good. So we've shuffled the cards. Now, we're going to see if you can cut to your card, okay? But what I want you to do is to cut the cards into 3 piles. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to take a look at each card and see if you cut to your card, but I want you to do one thing.
Okay.
Keep a complete, straight poker face.
Okay.
Do not, no matter whatever you do, do not let it show in your face that that's your card, even if it is.
Okay.
And if you blink, you know, I'll know. You got to just keep the straight face, okay?
Okay, or if I continually blink, you might not know.
Exactly.
Okay.
You can do that.
All right.
It might look a little weird.
But I can do that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Let's take a look at the first card. 7 of clubs. Okay. Actually, I don't think the 7 of clubs was your card. Let's get rid of that one. We'll take the next one, the Queen of Diamonds. Oh, was that your card?
No.
You're not supposed to tell me.
Oh.
How quickly they crumble. Okay, that's fine. Stay there, that's good. So now I know the Queen of Diamonds is not your card. We've got 1 card left. Let's see. We've got the 4 of Spades. You're doing that blinking over and over again. You're trying to fool me, huh? Okay, actually, I didn't think it was black. So look, we've got 1, 2, 3 cards, all of which are not yours. You blew that. Okay, I'm going to give you one more chance to find your card. Give me a number between, let's say, 1 and 10. Anywhere between 1 and 10. Go.
Should I tell you?
Yeah, tell me.
Okay, 8.
8?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll count down exactly 8 cards from the bottom, and we'll see if that's your card, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. We're going to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, to the 8th card, and now you can finally tell me, what was the name of your card? What was it?
4 of Spades.
Was the 4 of Spades? Yeah. Are you serious? Wait a minute.
Oh my God! How did you do that?
I don't know.
I thought I almost blew your trick for you.
What's there? Ouch! The 4 of Hearts.
Oh my God!
The first thing you do is have them pick a card, any card. So you fan it out, you spread them out, and they pick a card. Any one, it doesn't matter. They've got the card. Tell them not to show it to you. Show it around to everyone, because then everyone can be in on the thing when you blow the trick, because you've got to look like you blow it. You don't really, but it's going to look like that. So now we've got the 9 of clubs. So here's what you do in order to control that card. You have to control that card and get it to the bottom of the pack. I'm going to take you through step by step. This is a very handy false shuffle to control a card and get a card exactly where you want to get it. You shuffle a few cards off, learn how to do the overhand shuffle, and you have them put it back on top. Okay. Put it back on top. Now here's what you do. You take one card and peel it off and jog it over towards you by about 1 inch. That's to mark that spot. You know then that their card is directly underneath that card. You've got it sealed. Now, you just casually shuffle all those cards off on top of that. But you've still got that exact spot, boom, right there marked.
And you've never touched the deck underneath that
You
card.
have not touched the deck underneath the card, exactly. Then what you do, I'm going to show you from a back angle right here. You just grab the cards that are underneath and throw them on top like it was an extra cut to further seal the fate of that card. Okay? Now do you know where the card is?
On the bottom.
No. Oh. Because you took that bottom part, it was on the top of that, and you put it on top.
So then it's on top.
It's on top. Now, to get it to the bottom is very easy. You peel it off. I'm exaggerating that. You don't do it that strongly. You peel it off like so in an overhand shuffle and shuffle everything else on top of it and set the pack down. And you say, let's see if you can become a magician. I want you to see if you can cut to your card. Cut anywhere you want, but I want you to cut it into 3 piles. So go ahead and cut it into 3 piles. It goes 1, 2,
no matter.
And 3. Doesn't matter where it is.
That's right.
Now you know that you've got the 3 piles. You know their card is still underneath there.
Right.
Doesn't matter where they've cut to. You've got their card on the bottom. You pick up the farthest away from your card. You want to leave that till last.
Okay.
And you're going to look, okay, was this your card? Now don't tell me. I'm going to be able to tell just by looking in your face. And you look at the card and you say, that's not your card. And you take it like so. Look, the 4 fingers on the bottom. The thumb is on the top. You put your finger on here, and you take the 3 off, and you put it to the front and forward. Get rid of it. We'll get rid of that card, you say. Then you put this pack on top of the other one, pick it both up. You look at this. You know that's not her card, but you say, okay, the King of Hearts. Was that your card?
Right.
And almost always they say, no. And you say, you're supposed to be keeping a poker face. You're not supposed to tell me.
God, you got me exactly on that one.
Got you exactly on that one. And you say, okay, I don't think that's your card. Well, you told me it wasn't anyway. The same way, 4 fingers on the bottom, thumb on the top, take that card, peel it off, and put it out. We'll get rid of that one. We know it's not that one. Take the pack, pick up the other one. You've got all of it. Now you've come to her card. She or he is going to see that that's their card, and they're immediately going to try to keep a poker face, and they're really going to try, and that's fine. You want them to do that, and now you're going to say, you know what? I don't think that was your card either. I'm pretty sure your card was red, or the opposite of whatever their card is. Okay? Then you're going to do the same thing. 4 fingers on the bottom, thumb on the top, finger right here, and you're going to look like you peel that card off. But you don't. Okay? This is a move known in magic as the glide. Okay? And this is how it works. It's very simple and very easy to do. You've got the cards. What you're going to do is as you go down like this, you are going to do that. And glide that top card back.
Okay.
Half an inch, whatever you feel comfortable with. And you are going to be pulling out the second card, not that card.
Because the cards are down.
Because the cards are down, no one can see which card you're pulling out, and you've got the 8 of Hearts.
Right.
Which then goes down onto the table.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you've still got this sticking out like this. Very easy. No one can see it. You just bring the little finger back and stick it back.
Again, we've got the card.
Again, we've got the card on the bottom. Exactly. But, now here's the secret to this move, okay? Let me show you this. The secret is, every single time you did put down a card, if you really did put it down, you took this, and it's like that finger is already there, pulling the card off. It's such a good illusion. It looks like you took that off. But when I take that 9 of clubs, boom, it's not the 9 of clubs. I did it all in one smooth motion.
The glide, pushing it back.
The glide. Pushing it back. I've got it back like this.
Right.
I'm going to go, ching, and it's back in shape. You've pretended to pull the 9 out. You've glided it back, and you've put this card, which is not their card, down on the table. So they've got 3 cards which are not their card. Now, you leave this like that. Don't put it back yet. To even further give the illusion and really drive it home, you're going to pull out the next second card, okay? So it couldn't possibly still be there. And you're going to tip it up, and you're going to say, so we've got 1, 2, 3 cards. You're going to use it only as a pointer.
Right.
1, 2, 3 cards, all of which are not yours. And you're going to put it back. That's when you're going to do this little move of putting this back. See that?
Right.
In with the little finger, and put that back so no one can see that other card underneath there.
Right.
Okay? This is a beautiful thing. It's all well orchestrated, the whole trick to go together. Then you're going to say, pick a number between 1 and 10. Let's say they pick 4. Okay? You're going to actually are going to take that in the same way that you always do it. You always do it the same motion. You're going to take, okay, we're going to count down 4 cards. 1, you do pick that card off. While you're putting it down, do the glide again.
Okay.
Once again, the glide with this little third finger pulling it back. So now you're getting ready to take the second card. It's not the 6. You're going to pull out cards until you get to their number. So you can go any number.
Right.
2, that's the second card. 3, that's the second card. Then, when you're ready, clip back in. The little finger pushes it back in. You've got that card. Don't show them yet. Keep it face down. Put this one down and say, I gave you a second chance. Hopefully this is going to be your card. They're laughing. They think, this fool,
As I was.
This poor guy or poor girl or whatever, it's down there on the table still. You're going, well, what was your card? And you're acting a little unsure. And they say, what, 9 of clubs. And you take a look at it tentatively, and they're starting to laugh. And then you go, oh, that's what I thought you said. Cool. At that point, everybody's going to dive for that card. They dive for it. And they go, but, and it's done.
Street magic is an extreme kind of magic, up close and personal. The more impossible it is, the better. Like this.
Rosemary, I'm going to show you the voodoo card trick, okay? You take any 2 cards out of a deck. I'm going to take this card, and we're going to fold it. I'm going to try to get this as close to even as I can. Good, that's good, okay. Leave that there. I'm going to fold this one in, inside out, like so. Okay. Now let's take this one, let's take it like this. I'm going to put this one inside. Actually, let's do it the other way so you can see it the long way. Look, I'm going to fold this. If I can open it up at this point, I folded it too good. Inside out. And you can actually see the card right here. I'm going to clip it so it's perfectly, that way you can see it long ways, that's better. Now watch. You see the red card folded in over top of that?
Yes.
That's like the Bermuda Triangle in there. Something really, really wacky is going to happen inside there. You want to see this?
Oh, absolutely.
This is voodoo. You know, it's still practiced. You ready?
Bring it on.
Bring it on. Check this out. Watch. Slowly as I can. As I push the card through, it literally is turning inside out on itself. Now look, I could take that card and push it right through, and it turns back. But what I'm going to do is stop this card literally halfway. Look, I'm going to leave that there, and this part is stopped from turning right there. Look, there's the 10 of diamonds, and there, with the same tear, is the exact card turned inside out on itself. Now it starts with a little bit of card preparation, okay? You take 2 cards, a black and a red card, like so. Take the black card, and what you're going to do is you're going to rip the card right down the middle until you get to this exact little dot.
Okay.
Or if you have a different kind of cards, just right to the middle, okay? So you're going to rip this as close, very simply, right here, right down to the middle, like so. Doesn't matter if it's a little crooked or whatever.
Right.
Okay? That's the start of the trick. Then you're going to cover that with your finger. You can't see that, can you?
No, I can't.
Okay, and you hold the other card in the exact same way.
Okay.
Okay. So just start with the two cards like this facing you, and then show them, click them.
You would never even
You would
suspect.
never notice. Exactly. So you put the red card on the table, and you say, I'm going to fold both these cards in half. Now you've got the rip covered right here. All you do is bend it in towards yourself, and you say, I'm going to try to get it as exact as possible. You try to get it as exact as possible, get a good crease going down there. Look, you have to come down here, square those two ends up, because they come off a little bit because of the rip, but you square them up with your fingers, and they can take as long as you want. People are watching you. You get a good crease going. You turn it back towards yourself and just set it down on the table. Now that alone looks so innocent because you're leaving the card alone. All you've done is fold it in half and you've put it down. Then you're going to pick up the red card and fold it, so leaving the inside out, like so.
Okay.
You fold that down like this, get a good, nice crease, turn it over, and pick up this card. You want to have the rip close to your fingers, so I always pick it up like this, and then I turn my hand over, keeping it covered. You can hold the card gently. No one can see that rip, okay?
Right.
Now here's the secret. You're going to take the 9 of hearts. You're going to put it into the crease just like you would normally, but what you're going to do is when you come down to the rip, let it fall through. So it's just like that. See, now what you've got here, you're showing people like this and you can move it in and out, but what you've really got is that, okay? Moving in and out.
Okay.
Got that so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then you show them like so, you move it to here, and you say, oh, wait a minute, maybe I'll do it the long ways. You'll be able to see it better that way. So you've got it like so with the thumb on top. You come up here, they're over there, you peel this, you hold everything securely in your hands, open this up like this, and keep that card down at the bottom. So it's covering, because if you did come up, they'd see this.
Right.
You don't want them to see that. It's like so, and all you do is press back here with your middle finger and turn the cards back in on themselves. And it looks completely like all you're doing is folding that card. And when you've got it, you just clip it like that. See, it's still open. You don't worry about that. That's good. You want to show them.
Right.
That's just completely okay, but I'm going to finish that crease right here. And you've got this whole little secret thing going on in there.
Right.
Which no one knows about.
Nobody would ever even
No
know.
one would ever guess.
No.
It's so perfect. It's such a beautiful illusion. And then you're going to say, now watch, I'm going to do this as slowly as possible. And you can get up close. No one can see a thing, even if they're looking inside. There's nothing they can see. And you're going to take it and slowly tap that card and then let it come through. And it's a freaky illusion because it just looks...
it still is even
Isn't
amazing
it?
to me. Even though you showed me how to do it.
I know.
It still plays with your mind.
I know.
It's great illusion.
Isn't that so cool? And you take it to here. Now you can pull it out as far as just before the middle. So if you see that circle starting, you can pull it a little bit of that, and that's it. You don't want to go too far or people are going to see that rip.
Right.
That's what you don't want. So you're going to stop it there. It looks so cool to just move this card.
Oh, it looks perfect.
Isn't that unbelievable? Look at that illusion. You can see the rip in here, and you can see exactly where it's going and where it's not. You do it very slowly. I can come up that far. You can't see a thing. Right to here, and then you push it through. And this can go up to closer to the middle of the card, but not too far. You do it once through, once back the other way, and then you say, I'm going to do something even more amazing. I'm going to take that card inside its Bermuda Triangle, inside the voodoo card right there, and I'm going to stop it halfway. And you reach over, you pull it out a little bit more, but under cover of the fingers, and then slowly, you can see back here what you're doing. You just tear that in half. Set this down, slowly pull out this half, and say, look, it got stopped halfway. And put that down right next to the other. because it's just such a freaky illusion. Open that up, set that down, and show them that it is the exact same card, and say turned inside out on itself. Right there.
Never before has the art of street magic been this accessible. Nothing will let you learn as quickly or as easily as our revolutionary videos. It's sleight of hand, and you can do it.
Take that quarter, put some kind of mark on the coin that you'll allow you to recognize the coin when you see it, or a mark or an X or whatever you want. Okay, good. And will you hand me a sugar packet there, Judy? Anyone, it doesn't matter. Okay, watch carefully. I'm going to take the sugar packet here. I'm going to take the quarter. Judy, do you see that mark right there?
Yep.
Okay, good. We're going to put it on top of the sugar packet. I'm going to close my hand, and we're going to create some pressure here. Can you squeeze the wrist right there? And will you squeeze the hand? We're going to see if we can make something happen. Check this out. Ow. Okay, good. No, that's good. That's good. It's happening. I can feel it right now. Wait. Do you feel anything?
Yes.
Look. Look, 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 look. Look. I think something happened. Will you, Sheila, will you hold out your hand? Look.
Wow.
Is that your coin?
That's amazing.
Is that your coin?
That's my coin. There's my little flower.
Wow. That's amazing.
Okay, you guys, we're going to learn the sugar packet and the quarter trick. Now, it takes place with any sugar packet from anywhere. So you can be standing at a bar, you can be sitting at a restaurant table, or you can be sitting there having coffee with your friends. It doesn't matter. Any quarter, okay? The only thing you have to have is a permanent marker so that the mark stays on and they can see. You have to do this because otherwise they're going to say that you put the quarter in the sugar packet and glued it back together. It's got to have their mark or their initials on it, like so. So the first thing you do is you give it to them and you say, put a mark on it. So we've already got that one still left over. Then you take the sugar packet. You get them to hand you a sugar packet, any one, because it doesn't make any difference which one they give you. You can even do it with a packet of equal. But I like sugar because it's heavier, you know? It's heavier and it sounds more like there's a quarter in there, you know, whereas equal doesn't. You put it on your left hand. You put the quarter closest to you, leaning a little bit off the sugar packet. Okay? Now here's the secret move, and this is a brilliant move in magic. It's very convincing because you're not transferring anything from hand to hand here. You actually show the sugar packet and the quarter in the same hand, and then you close your hand and you turn it over. Now when you turn it over and you're talking, here's what you're doing. The quarter was a little bit to this side. When your hand is closed, I'm going to keep my hand up so you can see. You let gravity take it and just clip it right there so it's ready to go. It's like an airplane ready to launch. Okay? So then your hand is going to turn over and it looks like you're holding the coin, but you've got it clipped right here, ready to go. If you just release your fingers, it's going to fall. Here's the procedure, okay? Can you take that hand, you're out ahead of your fist, and squeeze my wrist. You just dropped, you just let it fall right into your hand and squeeze my wrist. Shake your hand a little bit. So there's a purpose for bringing this hand straight underneath because you want to show them what to do. You always have a reason for doing everything. That's what makes magic good. You never just, oh, okay. You know, you've got to have a reason. So you want to get your hand out ahead of you, and that puts all their attention on this person's hand. Squeeze my wrist. You're talking to them. You're not even thinking about it. See how fast I can do it? If it's clipped there, turned over, I can just say to you, can I take that hand? I want you to squeeze my wrist. There was no pause. It's done. I've got the quarter over here. It's in my hand, and you just hold it in your cupped fingers right here, just on your fingertips. You don't close your hand completely. You just leave it like that. That's called finger palm position. Just clip it right there and just let your hand forget about that hand, because it's got nothing in it as far as you're concerned. You've got to be a magician and believe that. And then you take this hand and you get it away from this other hand. Put it right out here. You're going to make the fusion, and they're going to squeeze your hand, and then you open it up, slowly put it down, turn your hand over. The coin's gone. Shake it, turn it over, take it, say, hold out your hand. Now look, all you've done here is you've got the quarter in your fingers. You just straighten your hand a little, keep it up so no one can see. Put the sugar packet on top of the quarter. Now you could even show it like that, because you have to put it into this hand in order to tear it open. That's a prerequisite. So you tell them, you put that on top of the quarter, and you say, can you hold out your hand, please? Go ahead. Hold out your hand. You tear it open, and then here's the other move. Very simple. You reach underneath with the thumb, lever up the quarter, and clip it right behind the sugar. And then as it pours out, let it drop. And it looks exactly like it came right out of the sugar packet.
It does.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, that's great. I thought it did.
You thought it did.
I did.
And so will everyone else. It's really very simple, but you need to practice that. I can't tell you how many times I went over it again and again, this move. Can I have that hand, please? Boom, it's done. Squeeze that wrist, and you give it to them. That's the key point.
That's great. Yeah.
They'll be like, where's the signature? And then they'll be like, oh, no.
Have you ever wanted to have the ability to throw a quarter into your hand and just make it disappear? Or make playing cards do strange things? Maybe pull some money out of a little kid's ear? Get the Street Magic package and you'll be doing it in no time at all.
Every single day when I was 6 years old, I used to go to this one candy store where the owner of the candy store, named George, would do this magic trick for me. And every single day I'd tell my friend, let's go, I've got to see this thing one more time. And I'd go and I'd buy something at his store and I'd say, okay, do that trick for me one more time. And every single time George would say, okay. And he'd hold his hand out like this. Okay, now watch this. He'd hold his hand out. He'd just wiggle his fingers. He'd do a little of this. And then he'd just reach out and go like that. And he'd pull a quarter or a 50-cent piece out of nowhere. And I'd go, but I saw you wiggling your fingers. I know it wasn't behind your fingers. It was not in your hand. I could see everything. How did you do that? And he'd go, well, that's magic. Come back tomorrow and I'll do it for you again. That's one thing you can learn. And the other thing is, watch this. I'm going to take this coin. We'll roll up my sleeve. Come in tight on this. Look at this. I'm going to take this coin and I'm going to just rub it like so. You can do this at any restaurant. Look. Gone. And that would be a perfect way to go from George's trick into making it go back into thin air. So we can learn how to do that if you're ready. Let's start with a 50-cent piece, but you can also use a quarter to learn how to do George's incredible quarter trick. I think he actually did it maybe with a nickel, but I was trying to do it with something bigger so that you could see. It doesn't matter what size, depends on the size of your hand, so you pick and you can do it that way. For purposes of explanation, we will use a 50-cent piece. Here is where the coin is hidden in your hand, okay? It actually goes right here between your thumb and your hand, and it's hidden at the beautiful, perfect angle right there. Let me show you the angle. You're going to hold your hand, see that? You're going to hold your hand out like this, and because it's flat to the audience's eyes, they cannot see the quarter, okay? So you always have your audience out this way, and you can stand there with your hand out for an hour, and they are not going to see that coin. And when you get good, you have to practice a little bit. You keep your hand loose. You can wiggle your fingers. George would always wiggle his fingers like this. You can even do something like choop, choop, choop to really show your hand. Okay, that's the first part of this, is just showing, getting it right. You angle the hand back down a little bit like that, because you don't want to get too much like this or they're going to, can you see that? Yeah. You want to keep it back a little bit, natural. Let your hand be loose. You don't want to come on and do this, holding your hand like a robot, and then people get it that there's something in there. You want to keep everything loose, let your arm be loose, but just always be conscious of that angle from the audience, okay? The second part of this is how to produce the coin, which looks like this. You're going to reach out and go like that. Let me show you exactly how to do that, because it's really cool. You've got your coin in here. I'm going to turn this way so you can get a better angle. All you're going to do is you reach out, and as you're pulling back, so it looks like you pulled the coin out of thin air, you're going to go like this. You're going to go boom, boom, and tilt it up into view. So it slides out like that, and then it gets tilted up. And practice this, because what you want is you want it to look like you pulled it out of thin air. Now, if you were really going to pull a coin out of thin air, you would reach up, and on the back stroke, the coin would come out, right? Because you get it here and you pull it out of thin air. So look at the way that works. You go boom. And as you're coming back, that's when you tilt the coin up. And people are going to, I can't believe it. How did you do that? Because they can see that there's nothing between your fingers. And no one, of course, ever thinks between the thumb. They're looking for between the fingers always, because they think you've done something like this. But when you're wiggling your fingers, they can see that's not the case. Let's learn the second part of this. This is a cool one that you can do at a restaurant that has a tablecloth, or, you know, Thanksgiving dinner, whatever. Doesn't matter, as long as you're at a table. Now, this involves something called lapping, okay? It's a magician's art. Here, this is actually very, very easy to do this. What you're going to do is you're going to move the coin slowly back. Look, I'm letting it stick out. I'm going to show it to you. As you're rubbing, see the way my hand is still on the same plane? But that coin very quickly can move back right underneath your wrist. Your wrist is exactly over the edge of the table. No one can see it drop into your lap. And that's what you do. Watch. You will not see this. See how I'm doing this? Boom, it's gone. It looked like completely the coin stayed there under the fingertips. And in fact, let me tell you a way to increase this illusion. Look, you're going to take the coin, watch it slide back. See how fast? Look, watch it. Here it goes. And boom, it's in my lap. Then you're going to move away from all that, forward, leave a finger, slowly, it's going, it's going. It's gone. Look amazed. My God, it's gone.
You have to remember that with magic, you do see what you don't see, and you don't see what you do see. But you always see what you think you see. And I'm sure you see what I mean. Enjoy our next clip.
Now look, if I take the cards, watch, black, red, black, black, red, red, black, etc. I can go through the whole deck and pretty soon I'd have a big pile of red and a big pile of black. Am I correct? But if I did it from the other side, not looking, that would be a cool trick if I could do it, right? Okay. First off, let's get rid of these. Let's leave one out. I think it'd be even better if I had you do it, Judy.
Okay.
You want to try it?
Sure.
I'll try and guide you.
Okay.
From the mind. Take the cards and one at a time, put them on either the red or the black pile, but don't think about it, okay? You can do this.
Okay.
Just believe. Ready? Okay, put the first card down. All right. See what I'm saying? Okay, she's good. She's hot. Don't think. Don't let that influence you.
Okay.
Keep going. One or the other. Okay, stop. Hang on. You're getting a little...
Out of it.
No. I didn't say that. Hang on. I want to change things up. We've got, let me see. Keep hanging on to them. We've got the red pile over here. Let's make this the black pile, and let's make this... We've got black over there. We'll make that the red pile now, okay? Can you shuffle a little bit?
Little.
Good. Red's over there. Go.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, why don't you take a pile? I'll take a pile, and we'll check this out. You've got your pile? Spread them out so that you can see. You've got the red on the top, am I correct? Show the camera too so they can see at home. Okay, I've got the black on top, you've got the red on top. Start turning over cards one by one. This is no way, right? Hang on a minute. What have I got? The black on top? Let me see. One. Black. 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 Keep going. Let me see this. Red. 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 To your marker card. There it is. It should be what now?
Black.
Turn them over here. Black. 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 And black. Let's see if you separated them over here. Look.
Wow.
You've got your red marker cards.
Amazing.
Any pack of cards, anytime, anywhere. Cool trick, huh?
I'd like to learn it.
Here's the setup. Get all the black cards in one pile. Get all the red cards in the other pile. Okay? Then get some and mix them up. Get like 7 cards, let's say. Put a black, a red, a black, a red, a couple of blacks, another red. Okay? Then you want to go all these on top of the red, on top of the black. Now here we're going to do a false shuffle, which is only going to reverse the order of the cards. It's going to bring all those little mixed ones to the bottom. Let me show you exactly how to do this. You run the first 7 cards into your hand in an overhead shuffle. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you've got all red cards. So you can take a few, a bunch, until you get close to the middle of the pack. Okay? Then you start going singly again. Until you feel that you're into the black, then you can let them go and mix them up.
Wow.
It didn't do anything. It mixed up all the blacks within the blacks and the reds within the reds, but it maintained the order of the red and the black. And what it left you with is when you then say, okay guys, look, you're going to go black, red, and start putting them in different piles. So you turn the cards over and you go, look, black, red, black, red, black, black, red, and you stop there. You've got your first 7 cards out. This is, and you say, if I went on, I'd have a black pile here and I'd have a red pile here very soon. But if I turned the cards over and did it without looking, would you be amazed? Yes. Now at this point, you're going to take these cards and leave one and put them back in the pack, and you're going to take that and leave one and put the red ones back in the pack. You already know that the red ones are on the bottom, the black ones are all on the top. So you say, we'll put these back anywhere. You open it at the black. Looks like you're sticking them in anywhere. You don't care. You open this at the red lower down. Stick that into the lower. You've got, look, all your reds and all your blacks on top. Very, very simple. Now, you give the cards to another person and you say, I'm going to just do this myself for the sake of explanation. You say, don't think about it. We're going to try an experiment. Just put the cards one by one into either the black or the red pile. And what you're going to do is, as they're doing that, you do it face down, you are going to count 24 cards. That's what I did with you. Okay, so you're waiting. So they go here. It doesn't matter. This is black. This is still black over here. They're doing all kinds. There's going to be all kinds of blacks in the red pile. We're going to deal with that in a minute. They stick down. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 22, 23, 24. Now, don't worry about any of this. It's going to work out. You then say, wait a minute, stop. You're getting a little too sure of yourself here. I'm going to change things. I'm going to throw you off balance. What you've got left, if you went down 24 cards, is you've got one black card left, left over. You've gone through 23. You've got the last black card. You put that on now the red pile and say, I'm going to change that now to black. Then you reach in. Everything here is red, but you want to make it look like there's black and red in there. So you reach in and you say, there we go. Let's change this to red. You see the deception there? Okay, it's just little things like that that help to give the illusion of a completely mixed deck. Now, all they've got left here is a ton of red cards. All the red cards are right there. So they can shuffle this, and they really feel that they're mixing up those black and red cards. Then you just have them deal out all these other cards on top of whatever they feel, black and red, and you wind up something like this. Now, one of these piles is good, and one is off. Here's going to be the secret move, okay? You give them the pile that's on. So you can, if you can't remember because it's all black and red, you just take a look and you say, now that's the wrong pile, see, because I've got a red card. I'm just looking, but you don't let them see. So I want to keep this pile for myself. So you say, let's give you one of the piles. You take this one. I'll take this one. Okay? Pick that up. Then you spread the cards out and you say, look, there are the cards. I've got the black on top. Spread those out. There's your marker card. You've got the red on top. Now here's what you're going to do. This is the little deception. Right here, you're going to put it back, but see that 6 of spades right there? You're just going to stick your little finger in there. Close them up, all on top like that. Stick the little finger in. Do you see that right there? So the little finger is going below the 6. Keep what's called a break right there. Okay? Now, they're going to be completely engrossed over here because all those should be red cards, right? Start turning them over. So they start turning them over. They're looking to see if they're red or black. When is it going to fail? Over here, all you do, you cut the cards. That's all you need to do. Now they're lined up. Okay? So they keep going a little bit, and you say, wait a minute, stop. What have I got on top? The black, right? Don't spread them out. I've got the black on top, right? And you go, say the word, black, 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 black. Keep going, let's see. And they've got red, 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 until they get down to the marker card, have them put the marker card on top, and then say, now these should all be black. Start putting them right there. My God, look, black, 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 black. Turn them all over. They're all black, except for the last one, the marker card. Then you say, let's see if you've separated the cards here, too. You turn them over, and you just spread them out. Now, no one knows that this is black and this is red. No one knows. No one even cares at this point. But you pull those two out, put them together, and as you flip them down, you change places. Boom. red, black. You don't make a big deal out of that because by that time the trick is over, everyone's going, no way. And then you just separate everything to make it really look, how did you do that? I didn't touch the cards. You did it. This will blow anyone's mind anytime.
You could do street magic anywhere, at a table, in a restaurant, or just standing in front of somebody. Let's take a look.
Would you like my business card?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, let me show you this. Look, we've got business cards. They're blank on both sides because I only carry blank stock. Look, I'm going to take one of them. Watch the card very carefully. I'm going to do this before your very eyes, okay? We've got a card here. Look, blank on both sides. I'm going to do this in slow motion. Look. 1, 2, watch, 3.
But they were blank.
The rest of them still are, but that's how you print a business card in your own hand. This is a way to give out your business card and everyone will remember it. So here's how it's done. You've got a stack of your business cards. Half of them are face up like so with all the printing on them, and half of them are face down put together so that you've got blank and blank. When you page through them at first, they're all blank on this side. You don't go as far as the middle. You just show the top few, then you turn them over and you show the next few. And then you take one of them at random. You put these aside or back in your pocket, keep them away from everybody, and you say, now look, now let me show you how to do this move. Watch how I show this card blank on both sides. Can you see it right there? Blank on that side, blank on that side. But I'm going to teach you how to do that. You're actually showing the same side twice. It's the illusion of turning the card over that you're going to create here. Here's how you do it. Lay the business card out over your hand, slanted towards you, a little bit of your front finger showing here, a little bit of your thumb underneath the card like so. You'll get really good at this. And then, in slow motion, I'm going to do it here. As you go to turn it, it's like this. Lever your thumb up and turn it and hold it only with 2 fingers. Did you get that? So it's like so in your hand. You're saying, okay, it's blank on this side and it's blank on this side. And you show it. Because look, you want to do it exactly the way that you would do it if you were normally just showing the business card. You want to make it look exactly the same, and that's what creates the illusion. So if I was going to show this card blank on this side and blank on this side, that's what I do, see? I just turn it over, I grab it with 2 fingers, and I show it on that side. But what you're going to do is the illusion. The thumb comes just underneath right here and just twists it like that. Now watch, when you watch it a little faster, it's blank on this side and blank on that side. Okay, so you just need to practice that over and over and over again with a business card, and you'll get it, believe me. Okay, now the second part of this, look, is going to be right here. This is when you're going to turn the card over, and it's going to look again like you turned the card over, but you actually didn't. Okay? Here's the way it looks to the person. You're going to take the card and push it through your hand like so. You're going to take the card again, push it through your hand like so. You're going to take the card again, push it through the hand, but this time it's got all the printing on it. Now let me show you that in slow motion. Here's what you're doing. You've got the card on your hand like so. You're going to go in a flat plane this way. So look at this. I'm bending around. No one can see the card. I turned my hand over, but I did not turn the card over. The card is going from here in an even plane this way and out. You just push it out with the thumb. Again, you put it on the front part of the fingers, even plane, push it through. The third and final time you do this, the card is going to go right here, not on the front tip of the fingers, but on the palm of the hand, and you actually do just turn it over. Jerk your hand back a little bit like that, push it through like you did something, and boom, it comes out with all the printing on it. Flick the card and say, Rosemary, there's my business card.
That's great.
The world of magic involves many things. You don't need a magic wand anymore, just your two hands and some everyday objects, like this.
Okay, so I've got your shoelace.
Yeah.
Can I get your ring too? I'm not going to tell you what's after that, but okay. Your shoelace and your ring. Look, if I put the lace on the ring like so, it's on there, right? There's no way that that ring is coming off that lace unless I actually take it and pull it off, right?
Right.
Okay, look. I'm going to pull this on like so. Now, I'm going to do this in your hand, actually, okay? Watch this. Now, we've got the shoelace going through the ring like so. Now, watch. I'm going to put this on your hand. I want you to feel it. Hold your hand up flat so we can see it. I want you to see it right up to the last second, okay? Now, look. Close your hand. I want you to see this right to the last second. Hang on to that. We've got the ring on the rope tightly in your hand, right?
Uh-huh.
Watch. I'm going to do this from here. Look. You're going to feel this happen. Look. Now. Did you feel it? Open your hand.
Something.
No?
Could you do that again? Oh my God.
Okay, we're going to learn how to do the ring off the string, which is a total street magic effect. It's in your face, it's very, very visible, and it uses something that you borrow from other people, which is really cool. Now, the first time you put the ring on the string twice, okay? You try to make it look exactly the same each time. The way anybody puts a ring on a string is they insert it like this, they grab it, and they pull it through. Now look at the drag that that creates. See? It's like you're pulling. It doesn't just come easily. Okay? Then you're going to take the ring, you're going to hold it out, and show that the rope literally goes right through the ring.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to pull it to the side, and you're going to say, look, there's only one way to get that ring off of the string, and that is, and you take it back in the left hand the way you just had it, you take the rope with your finger and your thumb here, so that you're all set to do it again the second time, the same way you did it the first time. And the only way to take that off is to pull it off of one of the ends.
Right.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And the person agrees. Now, the second time you do it, this is going to be pure sleight of hand. It does take some practice, but once you get it, it's very easy and it flows. You're not really going to put the ring back on the string, but you're going to give the illusion that you do. You've got the ring in your left thumb and forefinger. You've got the string curled down here and held by your little finger and your third finger. What you do is you're going to come under cover of your hand as you go to do that, and you're going to hook your thumb underneath like so.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going to, and this is still covering your hand here, you're going to pull this, and look at the drag that I'm creating. See, by hanging onto the rope here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pulling it out towards the person, like so, and it looks like it went right on.
Exactly.
Look, it comes around the outside. You're holding it on the inside of the ring like so, and you're holding it like that. No one can see down below because your fingers are covering it. So you don't want to go like that and expose it down here, and you don't want to show it down here. You put that finger in front. But that's what you've got. Then, when you go to put it in the person's hand, like so, you just put your thumb straight over the ring, bend it down, and then you get it up like that so they can see that that's looking completely like it's still running through the ring, which is the beauty of this, because then you do it right up to the last second. You let them see that ring on the string as they close their hand. Then you can let go, and from then on, it's all acting. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to do this now. Watch. And you're like making the ring kind of melt in there. And then, because it's all bunched up around the ring, you get them to squeeze a little bit, and then when they pull it, what happens is, inside their hand, the ring releases, and it makes them feel like it just went right through the ring.
Right.
The person can literally feel it inside their hand do that. And that's the cool part about this. Okay? So, let's reiterate the key points here on this. The first time looks exactly like the second. You're putting it through, you are actually taking your thumb through, creating a drag, and literally putting the ring onto the string. Then you're holding this here, getting it in position, curling the fingers, finger and thumb, as you pull it off, and you show them how it can only be taken off. And you've got it all ready with your thumb and forefinger. Then you do exactly the same motions, putting it in, but as the hand comes up to grasp it, the thumb is going underneath, clipping it, and look, you're creating a drag going out like this, and no one can see that, and it looks like it went through again. You're pulling it away from you like so, and then what you do is you adjust. You come back here, and you get that so that it's just like so. Your fingers are right in the middle of the ring, clipping it, so no one can see, and it looks completely like you're coming back here. And it's okay to take a little time, adjust it, make sure everything's good, and then come out with it. Okay, you guys, let me show you one last time now how this looks with the loop. You've got it threaded on. You've come up, you've created the drag, you've pulled it away from yourself. You've come down and adjusted it. What that actually looks like underneath your thumb is this. The string is curled around the ring. It doesn't actually go through it. And the finger and the thumb are clipping it in here so that you can't see anything. And all it looks like is that the string is literally running right through. That gives the perfect illusion. Because the drag was created, you did it the same way as the first time, and that reinforces exactly how it's done. Okay? Then again, you put it on their hand, pin it down so that everyone can see the rope going right through the string, and you tell them, I want you to feel this, so I'm going to hold it on your hand, and I want you to feel it. That gives you a reason for holding it on their hand. Then you have them slowly close their hand. You can have a couple of other people, if there are other people there as well, hold the other side of it. And then when you pull, that little bit slides out, and it makes them feel like, my God, it just came off the string. We're going to learn some, what's called in magic, some flourishes. Flourishes are not actually magic per se, but if you weave them in with the magic, they look really pretty, and they make you look like you have a lot of skill, which with some of the flourishes you do. But some of them are a lot easier than you think. So you just have to keep practicing a little bit, and then suddenly it clicks in. For example, this one I'm going to show you with a coin. It's called the coin roll. Now let me show you how to do it. It looks like this. You've probably seen this already in one of the other clips. So here's how you do it. You start with the coin on your thumb. Follow this and watch it over and over again, okay? Start with it balanced on your thumb. Fold your fingers in just a little and keep them nice and loose and relaxed. Then you're going to clip the coin right here, and you're going to tip it over on top So it could just rest there if you wanted to leave it there. But then you're going to clip it, the next one, go over to there, you're going to clip it again, and then you're going to slowly let it fall underneath. And as it falls underneath, you're going to let it balance on the thumb. Bring your thumb over, let it balance, and push it right back up. Clip it, clip it, clip it, balance it, clip it, clip it, clip it, balance it. It takes a little, and at first the coin is going to fall into your lap a million times. Make sure you do it over top of a table or something like that. But pretty soon you're going to find, ooh, I'm starting to be able to do it. And then a little more practice, and pretty soon you're just going really, really fast. And you can do it with both hands then. You can practice with both hands. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one is harder, and this is for only those who want to tackle it. Or you can start with the coin roll, and when you get good with that, you can try this other one. It's pretty hard, but you take 4 coins. You can use quarters, by the way, for any of this, or I've got 50-cent pieces. You can get them from the bank. You take the 4 with your forefinger and your thumb, and you're going to roll them out. Take 3, take 1 off of that, bring this down, and take 1 off of that, and you've got all 4. Okay, let me go over this from a little bit different perspective. You've got that with your thumb and forefinger. You're going to take 3, then 2, then 1. And it looks like it takes a great degree of skill, and in some sense it does. Okay, so that's the second one. A little bit harder. Don't even tackle that if you don't feel up to it. Start with the coin roll, which is a really cool flourish. You can just stand there any time and do it, and people are going to say, what are you doing? And then you can do one of your tricks with coins. Okay, and then a couple of flourishes with cards we're going to teach you, which is really fun. You can walk into a card game with your buddies or with your friends or whoever and do a couple of these, and they're going to be amazed, and they're going to ask you to do a card trick. Okay, here's the first one, and it's a lot easier than you think. You take the cards, get a fairly new deck. Don't get sticky cards or plastic cards. Get a normal pack of cards and one that's fairly new to practice on. Take the cards and bevel them out like this a little bit. See the way they're slanted like that? And then you're going to put your forefinger, you hold the cards just like so, put your forefinger, put them down on the table. A cloth surface always helps, okay? And then you're just going to slowly release them and spread them at the same time. Apply pressure, medium pressure, until you've got a very nice line of cards. And then you can just pick this up with your hand, put your finger on top. And the cards, this looks so hard to do, and it's not. Once you've got them like this, it's like dominoes. You just keep moving your finger along, and they go all the way. You can let them fall into the other hand, scoop them up, or bevel the cards, spread them out again. You can go back the other way. You can go this way, back again, and then swoop them up like so. You're going to look like a real pro doing that one. Okay, here's the next one. We're going to teach you how to cut the cards with only one hand. This is actually pretty easy. It's like the coin roll. It just takes some practice. Don't get discouraged if at first you're dropping cards all over the place. I did. I dropped so many cards you don't want to know about it. Okay? So you take the cards like this. Thumb on top, 2 fingers on the bottom. Hold the cards in like a cage with your fingers at the end like this, locking them in. Do you see that? The little finger over here, the forefinger here, thumb on top. And then you're just going to drop half the cards right into the crotch of your thumb right there. And then you're going to push them up with the forefinger. See how they're going up until they clear the other and go right over top. So in practice, it's going to look like this. You're just holding the cards. They're secure. I'm not even going to drop them if I turn my hand over. Drop half, up, over. And you can get so good you can just do it over and over again. People are going to think, wow. I mean, no one in a standard card game can cut the cards with one hand. It's worth the little practice time it's going to take you to get that. Okay? And another thing is when you first start practicing it, maybe start with just a few cards. Start with half a deck. Drop half and go over. You'll find it a lot easier. Now here's the last one that we're going to teach you in this series. We're going to do a card fan, which is a beautiful flourish. It looks like this, okay? You just fan the cards out and you can show the people perfectly arranged. You can learn how to shut them. That's a little harder. This is the hardest one you'll have to do here. You're going to take the cards in your right hand like this. You're going to put your thumb in the middle at the bottom. Your forefinger is going to run with your closed fingers, forefingers going pretty much across the middle of the deck. Okay? And then you're going to put them near the crotch of your thumb right here, bevel them a little bit, and just spread them around, applying pressure with your thumb so that they all just don't follow each other. That way they'll stay there. So you apply pressure and just spread them out. You can turn it over and like so. Okay? Did you get that? Once again, the key points there are to apply pressure with your thumb at the bottom of the pack right here. Your forefinger is going to be right across just about the middle, maybe a little lower. Bevel the cards and then just apply pressure with your thumb and spread them out. And you've got a beautiful fan to look at. People will really be amazed. Okay, that's the flourish section. Practice hard and learn your tricks.
How did you do that?
I know. Good. Now, we're going to teach you how to levitate a few inches off the ground. And there's some very careful points. It's actually very, very simple to do this, but very careful points that you have to acknowledge and follow in order for this to be an effective illusion. But it really is a reputation maker if you pick the people that you're going to do it for and just let that grow. Okay? First of all, don't tell people what you're going to do here. You don't want them to be ready to be looking for the result. They don't know what you're going to do. Just tell them, I'm going to do an illusion. I'm going to do something right now. It takes a lot of energy, and I have to get ready. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's always a good thing to say. And then you're going to turn. Very important to get the right angle on this. So if your audience is the camera, only do it for 1, 2, 3 people at a time. You don't want people spread out. You certainly don't want people behind you on this one, okay? Very important for the angle. You turn a little bit away, put your feet together, okay? And you're going to angle a little bit away at a right angle from your audience, as if you're going off by yourself to get the energy going to be able to do this illusion. So when you've got the angle and you're ready, put your hands out a little bit, bend your knees, and what you're actually going to do here is you're going to come up on your right foot, behind the scenes, behind everything, so people can't actually see what you're doing. I'm going to turn around so that you guys can see exactly what happens here, okay? First of all, you've got your feet together, you're angled, and your audience is now behind us over here. Your hands are out, your knees are bent a little bit, and what you're going to do is this. You're going to rise up slowly. When you've got your balance, you have to practice this. You are going to rise up, keeping your left foot up like so. So your left foot will not be on the ground like so. It's just going to come up like that as you go up. Now watch. I'm going to go up on my right foot, slowly, keeping my left foot bent, and then you slowly go down, boom, and then you kind of widen your legs, you spread open, you say, and they're going to be, you tell them to watch your feet, because you don't want them to miss anything. You want them to be watching your feet so they see you. And then you say, they'll be like this. How did you do that? And add one last thing and say, how high did I go? And put your hands out like this. And people swear later they remember that you went like this high off the ground because you're subliminally putting in that message. Okay, so let's go over the key points one more time here. Now look, the first one is the angle. Do you see how I'm angled away from you right here? So that when you go up, no one can see your other foot. You slowly go up, like so, and back down. The illusion takes place fairly quickly, okay? And remember to keep your left foot, the foot bent up like so, because that's what gives the illusion. See, when I go up, that foot is straight, as if I was literally lifting off the ground. Okay, so that's the first one. Bend the knees, go up, go down. Don't tell people what you're going to do with this. And then come back down as if you landed. You've got to be a good actor here and say, whew, how high did I go? Was that like, sometimes it's only a little bit, sometimes it's a lot. I never know. I'm just learning how to do this. And then just let them run with that. Let them soak in that illusion. They start telling people this is going to make your reputation as a magic street entertainer, okay? You can do this with any deck of cards. We're going to take the Ace of Diamonds. I'm going to put it down on the mat like that. And look, we're just going to go like this. And boom. 9 of clubs. This is like a gambler's move. How do we do that? How do we put the ace down and in the process change the card? This is cool, and we're going to learn how to do it. Okay guys, let's learn how to do the Ace of Diamonds into the 9 of Clubs, or any cards that you want to switch. This is a really cool gambler's move, and it's been done throughout the ages, but only by the best gamblers. But I'm going to show you how to do it right now, okay? So, what you've got here, you've got any deck of cards, okay? You've got the Ace of Diamonds, you've got the 9 of Clubs right behind it on the face of the deck. The grip is the most important thing. Now look. You're going to hold this in what's called the card gambler's mechanics grip, which is with your thumb running right along that side, stopping by the index right here, forefinger on the front, and the other 3 fingers right here, with this corner just digging into your palm of your hand. See, this way the deck is held securely. You can deal cards from there. It's just a very nice look. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? Now, you've got the 2 cards. What you're going to do is this. From behind, when no one's really looking, you're just going to pry up 2 cards gently. On the other side, right here, you're going to catch what's called a break. Okay, and you're going to have those 2 cards, look, 1 and 2, held right here, tight, but with that, so that you can get to them. When you're ready to do the trick, you're going to pull the ace and the 9 off as 1 card, a little less than halfway, and a little jutting forward. And this is a natural motion. You're going to put the ace down on the table like so. But because you've got 2 cards here, as you turn the ace over, I'm going to leave my hand up so you can see this. But look, as you turn it over, the ace is going to be pulled back like so that you've actually got the 9 sticking out, which then you push against the table and push it out like that. Boom. You're left with the ace over here. You've got the 9 of clubs on the table, and it's a very natural motion. This is the way someone would do it. If they were going to take a card here and just give it to somebody, they'd just do that. Well, that's exactly what you're doing, but you're doing the gambler's move to get rid of it. So let's go over that one last time. You have the ace, you've got it pried up with the 9 right underneath, you're pulling it about halfway off, jut it forward a little bit. As you're turning it, the thumb is pulling it back against the fleshy part of the hand right there. Perfectly try to square it up with the deck and push that 9 out. And then you can take this, you can do anything you want with that ace later. Okay, there are various tricks you can do. But that's how we switch a card. That's one of the many ways to switch a card in this art we call card magic.
Whoa. How is it doing that?
Look. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Here we go.
Wicked. Oh.
Look.
What? Oh my gosh. Oh, wow.
Take your dollar. Can you believe it?
Oh my gosh. How did you do that?
I know. That's magic. This is probably the only thing in our whole street package that will involve you getting something from a magic store. And you really have to get it from a magic store because you can't find it anywhere else. And what it is invisible thread, it's called. So all you do is you look in the yellow pages, get a magic store. You can even go online and find some magic store and just order. It costs like $8. A little packet of invisible thread. The problem is you never know if they actually sold it to you because it's invisible. Now, it's not really invisible. Now, look, I have put a white paper here in the attempt and the effort to get you to see this thread and how small it is. I don't know if you can see it right there moving. It's attached to the dollar bill in the middle and then attached to 2 little pieces of wax, which you can also get for like a couple of dollars. You can get a little packet of magician's wax, which it's then going to attach to your thumbs. And I'll show you how to do this because it's such a cool trick. Okay, so what you do is you get your thread, you take about maybe a foot, maybe to 14 inches. You attach a little piece of wax, just wrap it around the thread right there and kind of wad it up to that end. A little piece of wax over here onto this end. And a little piece of wax pinning the thread to the middle of the dollar bill because you don't want it to jiggle around and move around too much. You want to control that. Then you're going to take the dollar bill, wrap it up around the thread. The thread is now in the middle and you've got your 2 pieces of wax on either side. You're going to take this piece of wax and put it on this thumbnail. See the way you can barely see that? Then you're going to take this piece. You're going to put that on that thumbnail, and it sticks. It's sticky wax. It's great. Then you've got this between. See, most people think that if you're levitating something, you must have a wire going from the ceiling to that thing, pulling it up. But this is not the case often with magic. Usually it's spread out horizontally. Now look, what you're going to do is you're going to start by just setting it on someone's hand, have them hold it out farther from them. Try to wear a dark shirt, something like that behind because it's even harder. It's almost impossible to see it anyway, but it's even harder to see the thread if you've got a dark something or something with a pattern on it. It breaks it up, okay? Then you start like this. You've got this, look how I can move it this way, I can move it this way. Very difficult to see it, but you start by just leaving the thread loose, moving your hands around, and you say, come on, come on. See, I can turn my hands in like this. I can turn them out like that. It looks like everything's moving. I can go over top. I can do any of that. And then when you're ready to, you just very slowly and subtly pull back until it's tight and start making it move a little bit. See that? Just so it's jerking. Very slightly. You barely have to move. Even as you slightly shake your hands, it just moves itself. You can pull it, move your hands slightly up or your thumbs only. Move it slightly up and it just moves up. It looks like it's being controlled by a mysterious force. And then the best thing to do is curl your hands inward, move your fingers, pull your thumbs back a little bit like this, and get it to actually levitate and rise up just slightly before it goes back down. And then move your hands around again. And then what you can do is you can just take it, pull it off the thread, or you can just say, I'll tuck that away for later. Okay, you got that? Now let me give you one other way to present this, which is really cool that I like because it's so natural. I'm not going to actually do it, but I'm going to explain it, okay? Like let's say that you're in a bar or maybe you're even on the street. It's great to do this just on concrete or sitting down around somewhere. What you do is you just take the dollar bill and you say, look, I'm going to show you something really weird. Sometimes I can do this and sometimes I can't. And you just bend down and you just throw the dollar down on the concrete and you just say watch, and you have your hands close to it and it's down there, it's on the concrete, and then you're looking at it and you kind of move your hands and you keep saying sometimes I can do this and sometimes I can't, look, and then you just pause and you just get it to start, and already people are like, they can't believe it, and then you just get it to move a little bit more. Move your hands around. You have to experiment with what looks good. And then you can, again, get it to rise up, move around, rise up just a little bit. You don't want a lot. You don't want to walk around with it floating and back down. And you're saying, cool, it worked. I can do that with a dollar bill. Hey, thanks for the dollar. And then walk off with the dollar. Okay? Way to make extra money. Pay for your magician's wax and your invisible thread. Okay, you guys, we're going to learn how to do the throw vanish. Such a cool vanish. It looks totally realistic and unbelievable. I actually did this in the post office one day. This guy next to me was complaining about his credit card wouldn't go through, and he said, I wish I could just get rid of him once and for all. And I picked up his credit card and I held it like that. I just took it over and I said, you know, bing, and it was gone. The post office guy nearly freaked. Then I pulled it back and I gave it back to the guy. Very cool. Okay, anyway, what you do, it's actually fairly easy. You have to learn how to do the Tenkai palm. Tenkai palm is this. You clip it with the thumb right into the palm of the hand. From this angle, it looks like this. From that angle, you can't see a thing, but it looks like the fingers are completely, you know, open. So you've got it. You come back, and on the swing, as if you were going to hurl the card like that, as if you were going to do that, but you stop and you let it go suddenly. You have to practice in the mirror so that you get the exact, you know, the look of throwing it like a boomerang. That snap, and then it's gone. The only angle you really have to watch out for is coming up over the top like that. So you want to make sure that you get it parallel to their eyes. See how you can't see a thing there? And then when you reproduce the card, there's a couple ways to do that. You can either just reach back and snap it out of midair. And by the way, when you produce something out of midair, don't go like this. Go as if you're pulling it out of thin air. Pull back. Do you see the difference that makes? So that's the first way. The second is get rid of it and then reach down and pull it out from somewhere else. Or throw it away and reach from under here, anywhere you want. And that's how you do the throw change. Very cool move. Used a lot by Edward Marlowe. Guys, people have been asking over and over and over again about the rotation, the spin change, where one card changes to another card in the hands. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to show you how it's done. It's a little complicated, and that's why I didn't include it, but for you guys, I'm sure you can pick it up. Here we go. You've got the card in your hand. What you start off by doing is picking up two cards in one. So you've got, it's like a double lift. You're going to hold them by not the indexes. You're going to rotate the cards, keeping pressure on them. On the second one, the middle finger comes in, sweeps that card off and into the hand like so, clipping it in a palm position as you continue to turn the card. Now you'll notice that as you do it for someone, you're kind of turned to the side angle like this. You've gone like so, that comes down and swoops in, it goes over, and it's changed. Look at where that card is. See, you only want to do this for one or two people. It's held behind your wrist, your hand. It's held in a T. Part of it is in towards the hand like here, clipped by the hand. But while you're holding that, it looks completely natural. And then what happens to get rid of the card, as they're looking at this card, this hand drops to the table and lets that card fall into your lap. Usually you do it while sitting at a table. That's how to do the spin change that everybody wanted to learn. It's called a color change. It's very, very simple. You've got your hand, keep your fingers closed, put it over top, move that card forward a little. With the palm of your hand, you're going to pull that last card back to here. You're going to go right over top of that card, put them all together, come up further, open the fingers, act like you're rubbing, and bada bing, it's changed. And you've got the 4 aces. Now let's go to the second 4 ace trick.